particularly with education, we've been talking about the children not having access to internet, not having access to technology to use in order to continue their education. What would be your take on that as an educator?
Some school districts and some universities they weren't equipped for this. I mean, in the age of a pandemic, you got to be ready for something like this to happen. I think this, Felicia, will become a reminder and a warning shot for when something like this may happen in the future. You gotta be ready.
My argument would be that it should be there in the first place. Yep. We shouldn't have to, how they always say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like, this shouldn't be an issue in the first place.
Yeah, it's biblical.
Not in 2020.
Right. It's biblical, isn't it? It's like everyone's scrambling to get oil in their lamps when they could have filled up the lamps earlier this week. For those of us who do know how to teach online, we've also been helping others to navigate this process it doesn't seem as difficult. Some people aren't able to teach online adequately, asynchronously or synchronously. So it depends on what you are equipped to do. I can do both. I can teach a lecture online with 25 students in Zoom, and we can go for it because I've got the energy to do it. I've got the problem set. I've got the lectures already written, and we can go for it. Some people don't feel as comfortable with that, so they may have to teach the class asynchronously and launch problem sets throughout the week. So you may want to launch a problem set Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and have the assignments due on Saturday.
What about kids? It's got to be hard. Kids and students I can't focus for this long on a lesson. I need to be present in the room. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, Gerard is interesting. Imagine someone that is not as cool and interesting as he is.
Yeah, so you may have to use micro sets instead of assigning an entire chapter. You may have to say, wait a minute, let me assign 1/4 of this chapter on a specific day, another quarter 2 or 3 days later, as opposed to read chapter 1 and 2 by the end of the week. That's not going to work. And when it comes to lecturing online, you have to be careful because who's going to stay there for 2 and 3 hours? Very difficult. You may have to break that up into 2 or 3 times a week for 45 or 50-minute periods and then engage the students in discussion so students don't become bored as well. There's a way to do it. This is about adaptation. This is about using. Look, we're 20 years into the 21st century. We got to wake up.